For every Filipino fan, there's one app made just for you. Watch the biggest games live. UAAP, PBA, PVL, and more on your preferred device anytime, anywhere. Go beyond the game with originals and shorts. All these and more for only $149 a month. Scan the QR code and type "Get Started" to proceed.
Maligayang araw ng kalayaan sa lahat. Headed Jason Castro short. We are going into overtime. Brownlee strikes hard. All the way will score the foul. All the way. You know where he's going. Brownlee scoots inside. Yeah.
Career high, 54 points, 14 rebounds.
Lean on me sometimes, certain moments of the game, and I just wanted to do my part.
It's a win by Ginebra. They will be one game away from the Commissioner's Cup title on Sunday.
When it comes to winning, do what you have to do to win.
Gutom na yung Barangay Ginebra because TNT has gotten the better of them in their last few meetings in the finals.
Bang! What a center-pipe goal. Abarientos stretches. McCullough with a rejection of the shot of home. Banging bodies, Brownlee created. Wow.
After that gut-wrenching overtime victory by Barangay Ginebra 2 nights ago, nandirito na naman tayo in the heart of the metropolis inside the Smart Araneta Coliseum dito sa Cubao, Quezon City, kung saan on this glorious Sunday for some championship basketball, maaga pa lang nagdagsaan na ang mga PBA fans. Bakit hindi? Game 6 na ng 2026 PBA Commissioner's Cup Finals. Ang mga coach, all focus. Ang mga player, naglilisig na mga mata. RJ Abarientos, the best player of this conference, takes to the floor. Katambalan na naman, syempre. Etong si Justin Brownlee, a 4-time best import. Katapat nila, Jason Castro, who will be looking to lead TNT Tropang 5G to live to fight another game. Si Chris McCullough, kailangan din maglabas na ng tunay na laro kung gusto pa na ng TNT magka-Game 7 sa serye nito. Welcome everybody to Game 6 live on RPTV. Mula Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao, magandang gabi sa inyong lahat at huwag kayong mag-alala dahil kahit na po kami ni Dominic Uy ang inyong makakakwentuhan, we are in the presence of PBA royalty. 17-time PBA champion Coach Norman Black, 11 as a head coach, 3 as an assistant, 2 as a player, and 1 as a consultant. Welcome back to the finals, Coach.
You have more information than I have as far as that's concerned. Thank you, Magoo. Hey, Doms, how are you?
Hey, Coach. Good to have you, and thank you for joining us because, you know, we talk about games like this. We talk about game number 6, and this is, for Barangay Ginebra, going to be a difficult task, but you know that it's something that they can do. But before moving into Game 6, let's go into Game number 5. The Game 5 result where Barangay Ginebra took the lead in overtime, 100 to 95. Look at the field goals right there, pretty much close, but 10 more attempts for TNT, and that field goal was shooting 42%. Free throws, I think this is the biggest disparity in that statistic. They had a lot more free throws than TNT, 12 more attempts, making 11 more actually in total, and then the assist, Barangay Ginebra usually ahead of that, 19 to 14, and then points in the paint, Barangay Ginebra doing such a good job of that. 62 compared to just 46 for TNT.
And Dom and Coach Norman, ang pinakamalaking bida in Game 5 is that man, Justin Brownlee. Back in the semifinals, rain or shine tried to run him to the ground. First 5 games of this series, TNT tried to do the same, but at 38 years old, this guy just proved he cannot be stopped. He came up with a career-high 54 points, Coach.
Well, he seems to be the strongest guy on the court going through this series, and you know, I don't think TNT has been able to solve when he posts up. When he gets the ball in the paint, they don't know whether to double team him or play him straight up. Either way, Brownlee has been taking advantage of the defense.
Look at that, 51.5 minutes of a possible 53, Dominic. What can this guy not do?
Well, you look at that, 22 points in the fourth quarter and overtime. I mean, you tried to tire him out. Did he look tired? Did he look gassed? He did not look that at all, and his game showed it all the way to the end.
Speaking of his game showing, Coach Sherman, first 3 quarters, it did seem like TNT had RJ Abariento's number, but in that fourth, especially in OT, he took over.
I think he scored about 7 points towards the end of the game for Ginebra, and he has been a big player for them. Player of the conference here in the PBA. You can take a look at his stats there for the game 1 to 4, 20 points a game. Last game, 13 points. He's been shooting the ball pretty well, except for the last game where he only shot 36%. But you can see his plus numbers there. He's been a big plus for Ginebra the entire series.
You look at the young blood for Barangay Ginebra, you see RJ. But they got old hands in there as well. Japet Aguilar, really playing sparing minutes all tournament long, but he came up big in Game 5 as well.
And that's really important for Ginebra. They were allowed to give him a little bit of rest during the course of the conference. But now, because McCullough is a big offensive threat for TNT, Japet really comes in handy because of size. He can match up with McCullough's size, and of course, he's still athletic even up to now.
Game 5 actually was the first time he came off the bench in this series, played only 13.5 minutes or less than that, but he came up with the goods para dito kina Coach Tim. So Barangay Ginebra all set to bring the championship home tonight. And for more on them, sali natin sa aking kwentuhan si Miss Bea Escudero.
If there's one word that best defines Barangay Ginebra's Game 5 win, it is the resiliency. Ayon kay Coach Richard Del Rosario, ang importante, hindi sila nawalan ng kumpiyansa kahit ilang beses silang naiwan sa laro. And while JB's 54-point performance carried that offensive load, Coach Richard acknowledged that at this stage of the series, it's all about taking whatever it takes to win, which is why heading into Game 6, Ginebra's focus will be on controlling the boards, limiting TNT's penetration, and being more disciplined against their post-up game. Now, on the other side, TNT continues to keep a close eye on the status of Brandon Ganuela's roster and Calvin Oftana. According to PT Dexter Aceron, Brandon is dealing with a right ankle sprain while Calvin is nursing a grade 1 right calf strain. Both remain game time decisions and will be on limited minutes if cleared to play. Now, with their availability uncertain, Coach Josh Reyes emphasized that it will take a collective effort from the entire roster to keep TNT in this fight. Gentlemen, balik sa inyo.
Yun ang malaking dagok para dito sa TNT. Now a couple of guys down because of injury. And that happens in a series like this. I mean, a tournament like this. They came all the way from the 8th seed into the finals. Nagsisimula na bunga o magkaroon ng mga tama yung kanilang mga manlalaro.
Yun naman talaga nangyayari. Pagka nagkaroon ng mahabang laro, madami kang bugbugan. And that really takes a toll on your body. And that's what happened to the Locals. Pero tignan natin muna ang import nitong TNT. Chris McCullough, you gotta love his numbers. You gotta love what he's done. We know that he came in late into the semifinals. He hasn't played too many games, but he's fit very well para dito sa TNT. Ang ganda ng kanyang numero in game number 5, 38 points, 15 of 29 from the field, 16 rebounds and 2 blocks, but not enough to get that win. Kinakailangan dagdagan pa. Not necessarily in points, but could be in making stops on the defensive end because you know at times he's gonna guard Justin Brownlee and be able to distribute that basketball dun sa ibang mga malalaro kagaya ng mga Locals.
Lalong-lalo na in that OT, he looked gassed. He was shooting at the board. He was missing free throws. He's gonna need to put it together tonight. Another guy nakakailanganin talaga ng TNT to come up in a huge way is this man, Roger Pugoy.
Well, Roger Pugoy, we saw that in the end, in game number 5, siya na lang halos yung pumupuntos pa dito sa TNT. Parang siya ang naging import for TNT in game number 5. He's been playing consistently and even better in game number 5. Tignan natin yung kanyang averages from games 1 to 4. 16 points, 42% from the field, 44% from that 3-point area, and then 2.8 rebounds. Nung game number 5, tinaas niya to 23 points, 53% from the field. Pero yung 3-point shooting ni RR Pugoy in that game, 1 of 9 lang. Needs to do a better job there and then doing a good job in terms of rebounds. But they're gonna need him to be able to get that ball and really dictate dun sa mga mismatches, lalong-lalo na game time decision si Calvin Oftana at si BGR.
Isa pang kakailanganin nila, ito pang isang asintado nila. Of course, we're talking about Jordan Heading. He's been shooting 50% from that 3-point line this finals. And back in Game 5, kita mo naman, nag-60% pa yan.
Well, 13 points, and then you look at the 60% from the 3-point area, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Bumaba yung kanyang mga numero compared to game number 4. But you know Jordan Heading is that type of player that can come up with a big game. Remember in the semifinals, 7 3-points in one ball game that really catapulted TNT to beat Meralco in that series.
And if there's one guy na gustong bumawi, yang mamang yan. Nakita natin late in that Game 5, he missed 2 driving attempts in that one. He's gonna need to make up for it. Lalong-lalo na nga, binanggit na ni Miss Bea, questionable etong si Calvin Oftana.
Well, Calvin Oftana, alam naman natin yan, kahit may iniinda yan, he will want to try and play. Lalo na Game 6. Ito, pag matalo ka, uwian na para dito sa TNT. 9 points in game number 5, 40% from the field, 7 rebounds, 0 assists para dito kay Calvin Oftana. Kinakailangan si Oftana, if he's well enough to play, I'm sure that he will try and play and try to contribute para makakuha ng panalo and force a Game 7.
Ang isang talagang gusto ng TNT na lumabas na naman ang tunay na kulay, Coach Norman and Dom, etong si Jason Castro. He started the last 2 games. He was spectacular early in Game 5 but kind of ran out of steam as well in the end. He was all over the place defensively, and he was running the show, Coach.
Yes, he missed a big 3-point shot down the stretch. It could have helped the TNT team, but he has been playing well. Game 5, you can see he only had 6 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, but he can contribute tonight when they really, really need it. I was taking a look at the warm-ups, and it seems like Rosa was moving a little bit sluggishly in the warm-ups, but Oftana seemed to be okay already.
Another guy na ipinila Dom, Ray Nambatak. He's been somewhat silent in the series so far.
Well, kung aasahan mo meron din isang manlalaro na kayang pumutok and come up with a big game, that is Ray Nambatak. Like you said, nangyayari na, nag-finals MVP na yan. So he's just waiting and willing to show. However, in game number 2, only 2 points, 1 of 5 from the field, 4 rebounds. Itong si Ray Nambatak and 1 assist. Nambatak, kung makakakuha siya ng magandang simula, not get into foul trouble, then he will be a much better weapon para sa TNT.
As we inch closer to the introduction of the starting units, Coach Norman, how important is it to have a good start, especially for TNT with their backs against the wall?
Well, you're looking at a crowd of about 20,000 people here at the Araneta Coliseum, and I'm sure a lot of them are going to be rooting for the Ginebra team. So you do not want Ginebra to get off to a great start and get the crowd into the game right away. So TNT, because they're down 1 game in this series, they really have to get off to a good start.
So will TNT live to fight another game? O tatapusin na ba ng Ginebra ang ating Commissioner's Cup? Alamin natin lahat sabay-sabay dito sa RPTV as we present Game 6 live from the Smart Araneta.
And welcome to Game 6 of the PBA Commissioner's Cup Finals, brought to you by Arena Plus. It's time to meet the starters for both teams. First from your TNT Tropang 5G. Starting at forward from Cebu, number 21, Kelly Williams. The other forward from Talisay, Cebu, number 16, RR Pagoy. At center is TNT's import, number 5, Chris McCullough. At guard from Tondo, Manila, number 15, Jordan Heading. And also at guard from Guagua, Pampanga, number 17, Jason Castro. Head coach of TNT is Chuck Reyes. And now, let's meet the starting 5 for your Barangay Ginebra San Miguel. Starting at center from Cagayan Valley, number 1, Troy Rosario. At forward is Barangay Ginebra's import, number 42, Noipe Justin Crowley. Power forward from Angeles City, Pampanga, number 14, Stephen Holt. Head guard from Davao del Sur, number 9, Scotty Thompson. And also guard from Naga City, number 4, RJ Aparientos. Head coach for Barangay Ginebra is Tim Cone. Game officials are Ronald Gruta, Marty Montoya, Kenny Halig, and Jason.
Referees for tonight will be Gruta, Montoya, Halig, and VP Noso. Game 6 na nga po tayo. Ang Barangay Ginebra lamang sa serye 3 games to 2. Tatapusin na ba nilang ngayong gabi? O ang TNT makakapalag pa ba? Troy Rosario in his second consecutive start para kina Coach Tim. Let's see how he can do as Japet will once again be coming off the bench. Nakaputi ang Barangay Ginebra, nakaitim naman. Itong TNT Tropang 5G last season nung magkita sila in a best of 7. Dito rin sa Commissioner's Cup, umabot pa yan ng Game 7. Lamang din nun ang Barangay Ginebra, 3 games to 2. Tignan natin kung magkaka-deja vu. Ball is up and in play. Game 6 is now on.
Magu coach Norman, you look at TNT not starting out with BGR and Calvin Octana, 2 guys who were reported by Bea that feeling a little bit of something in today's ballgame.
But Jordan Heading gets them going with a floater, coach.
Well, he starts off at the 2 position. Pagoy goes to the 3 position. Octana's going to be coming off the bench.
Castro in his 3rd consecutive start in these finals will try and stay in step with Holt. Look at Kelly Williams. He's on RJ Abarientos right now as the switch. Or the, JB goes to the post once again. JB special to get Ginebra on the board.
Post offense, post defense has been big in this series. And I'm telling you, JB's been making a living down there in the post area.
62 points inside the paint for Barangay Ginebra. Out of the 100 that they scored in the previous game, majority of them coming from Justin Brownlee.
Bogoy comes up short. Rosario lines it up. McCullough will collect the board.
And rebounding will be very, very important in this game. Do not want to give up second chance attempts.
Uh-oh. Sobra yung pasa ni Jason papunta sana kay McCullough.
And if you're at TNT, you just want to shake that one off, right? Not how you wanted that play to happen. Pero pabayaan mo na, you move on to the next play.
Kelly Williams is the one picking up RJ Abrientos.
RJ lets Kelly fly by. McCullough will collect it once again para sa TNT.
Just giving a different look against RJ Abrientos.
Well, they've been putting big guys on RJ the entire series because of his ability to score over smaller guys.
Heading for 3. Dire-diretso sa kamay ni McCullough yan. At hindi ma-handle yan ni C-Mac, kaya bola na naman ng Barangay Ginebra. This capacity crowd hanging on to every single inch of action that we are witnessing right now. Abarientos has machine gun Kelly. They go over to the left side. It is Scotty. Brownlee thought about the long bomb. McCullough all over him. 3 to shoot. JB's got to go. JB for 4. Holt with a putback miss. Heading will get it over to Pagoy. Castro in the front court. He's got Abarientos in front. Castro has Troy showing hard. They go to McCullough on that block. C-Mac, step back. Doesn't work. And Abarientos will get it across. JB for 3. No go. Box out by Heading.
Dodged the bullet there. C-Mac getting caught in the screen.
A lot of perimeter shots so far by both teams.
Heading from deep is fouled. That'll mean 3 free throws para kay Jordan.
You never want to foul a 3-point shooter the way Scotty just did, but you also don't want Heading to get going. Because he's had those games where he started off strongly and he ends up with 25, 26 points.
And that completely sets the tone for TNT when he gets off hot like that. 3 points for Jordan Heading.
I think this lineup that TNT has in the game is not going to be the problem. The problem is going to be when they go to the bench. Who do they go to? Is Altana going to play? Is Rosa going to play?
As these free throws are brought to us by McDonald's. Love ko to. Jordan goes 3 for 3. He's got all 5 points para sa TNT.
Notice he's got the go signal to just go for it early in the ball game.
Brownlee down low. Pugoy pa rin ang bantay niya. They go across to RJ. Abarientos being chased around. Now McCullough switches over. Ronje to JB off the curl and the twirl. Gets the basket. Because some of them call.
Well, Kelly Williams is going to say he was just standing there. But what a finish by Brownlee with all the contact. Once again, he's getting that ball in the paint area. Kelly was just standing there. He's going to get the foul. It's pretty early for the Ginebra chance.
The first wave, I was about to say, Coach Norman, as we get this report from there.
At 38 years old, JB continues to defy expectations, coming off a career high of 54 points for Ginebra. According to JB, he wasn't focused on the numbers during that game. For him, the priority was simply staying aggressive and doing whatever was needed to help Ginebra gain control. JB also shared that he was able to take advantage of the defensive coverage that TNT showed him. As he put it, and I quote, "I noticed they weren't helping or doubling as much, which gave me opportunities that I'm not usually used to." But still, JB isn't expecting TNT to defend him the same way tonight, which is why his focus remains on staying aggressive while also making the right reads and finding his teammates to help carry the load as Ginebra looks to close out the series. Gentlemen.
54 and 14, Coach Norman. Those sound like Norman Black numbers, but I don't think you were 38 when you were putting up 54-14.
That's true, I was not.
He's putting up 60.
Yun. Rosario blocks Castro. It's 5-on-4 the other way. Holt with some daylight. Doesn't work.
And this place is rocking. They are at a Coliseum.
The anticipation of the main basket when they're holding on to that basketball.
McCullough puts up a 17-footer. That gives TNT 4-point lead.
He has turned out to be a really good mid-range shooter.
He's deadly from within that three-point line as RJ will miss. McCullough will collect the rebound again.
Yeah, so far he's been controlling the boards.
Ginebra just does such a good job of getting down the floor, preventing those fast breaks.
It's just that his percentages drop a little bit. I'm talking about McCullough when he moves out to that three-point line.
He is shooting just 14% from the three-point line in the finals as Troy sweeps this one up and in.
Ginebra just so deadly. They moved so well without that basketball.
5 minutes and change into game 6. Heading will attack JB. They go to McCullough, mid-range again.
It just takes him to step in a few steps, get a better look at the basket. And going back to what you said about Ginebra and them moving without the ball, that is really their strength. I mean, they've been leading the league in assists for probably the last 10 years or for as long as Tim Cohn has been coaching.
4 points, 5 rebounds early para dito. Okay, McCullough. JB at the other side. Gets it to Troy. Against the shot clock. Rosario buries it.
And that's been hurting the TNT team the entire series. That McCullough really sags off of whoever he's guarding to help defensively against Brownlee. And the locals for Ginebra have been having a field day in this series.
McCullough has Scotty in front. That's an offensive foul on C-Mac. And this will send us into our first mandatory timeout. Lamang pa rin ang isang TNT, 11-10. Pero si McCullough, napituan niya with that offhand hitting the face of Scotty with that offensive foul. Timeout muna tayo, natin sa atin ng Solaire Online. Play the game your way on the Solaire Online Sportsbook.
Our official hydration partner, Ginebra Tech. Our official IT partner, our value licenses, PBA Rush and Signal, World Balance, Daily Fantasy. PBA fans, come on, silipin mo natin ang mga beautiful ladies who watching the game live from our PBA Beauty Camp. This Arma and the house, let's together! So beautiful! How about this side?
Every play, you can make your winning bet with the action right here in your hand. Play the game your way.
Ulitin natin, ang kwentuhan ng buong sambayanan the last 48 hours was how Justin Brownlee just dismantled TNT back in Game 5. 54%, 54 of the 100 points netong TNT, courtesy of that man, Coach Ram.
And we're talking about Justin Brownlee here, one of the best imports ever to play in the Philippines. And he's still getting it done despite his age, like you said. And they're not going to give him continuation.
So far, Justin scored 5 early points here. Half of the total para sa Barangay Ginebra, but they still trail by 1. Scotty was fouled.
Well,
Ginebra wanted continuation.
I think at some point, Doms, McCullough's going to have to guard Brownlee.
Yes.
I mean, they've been putting Pagoy on him for the majority of the time, and he's doing his best. But I think he needs to see a bigger body.
Rosario from JB. Kelly para sa rebound.
Well, talking about the first 6 minutes of this quarter, TNT already with 3 turnovers.
Heading on the move. Goes all the way across. They touch it around. Nambatak now part of the 5. Jordan against Abarientos. Jordan goes up. No. McCullough could not clean it up. Holt with some daylight. Misses again. Stephen Holt had that one good game, Dom, back in Game 3.
They're waiting for him to explode again.
Sometimes that's all you need from a player. Just one good game that'll help you win one game.
He does pour in his ability on the defensive end, but they're going to need his scoring as well. As Heading will miss.
Oh, you can see Heading is trying. He's got that license to take those shots.
11 to 10. JB gets deep.
It's just too easy for Justin Brownlee.
Well, if he's going to be guarded by Heading, that's going to be a difficult matchup for TNT. And what a great pass coming from RJ.
Still over 4 minutes remaining in this first frame. Heading against Abarientos once again. C-Mac with a pick. Heading goes across. Nambata couldn't pull the trigger. Drives closer. Nambata rejected by Troy. Scotty. They go into Troy. Rosario has 7 points.
On one end, Barangay Ginebra defending the transition and the fast break. On the other hand, Barangay Ginebra pushing that basketball, getting points on the fast break.
And how about the hustle of Troy? On one end defense, on the other end he finishes the play.
Only Brownlee and Rosario have scored so far para sa Ginebra. Tig 7 puntos. TNT na stuck sa 11 and will stay that way. Here comes Thompson. They go to Troy once again. Si Pagoy talaga. Gusto nilang puntiryahin. Dun sa atake sa poste. RJ to Troy. Play broken up by Heading this time. But he runs out of real estate.
That ball hit the foot of Troy on the way out.
Ang problema, nasa puyata ulit ni Heading when he was already out. 3:15 remaining in this first quarter. Ito ang ating silyado defense of the game. Brought to us by Pioneer Elastosil. Silyado ang bubong, anumang panahon.
Not good.
Every play, you can make your winning bet with the action right here in your hand. Play the game your way.
Going around this overflow crowd inside the Smart Araneta Coliseum on this Sunday night for Game 6 ng ating 2026 PBA Commissioners Cup Finals. Grabe, ang dami nang pumasok ngayon sa Big Dome to witness this game. Mayor Francis Zamora is here. Dole Secretary Francis Tolentino, Chairman Pato Gregorio is sitting with Boscom Willie Marshall. Seven to nothing run now para dito sa Barangay Ginebra. But again, only two guys have scored. 7 mula kay Brownlee, 7 mula kay Troy.
A 7-0 run, Coach. Sorry. 5 assists for Barangay Ginebra so far.
And only 3 for TNT. And normally when Ginebra wins the battle of the assist, they win the game.
TNT trying to snap out of their funk here. Pogoy from deep. Couldn't get it there. Ball batted free by Nambatak, but it is picked up by Thompson. Brownlee cuts to the cup. Goaltending whistle on Chris McCullough.
Well, without BGR, you know, they lose one rim protector as well. And that's what we were talking about, Coach, that Justin Brownlee, there needs to be some guy, at least, if it's not the primary defender, the secondary defender, who can try to make him change his shot.
McCullough finally breaks the silence para dito sa TNT.
It's been a long time since I was an import, but if I'm McCullough, this is one of those nights where I'm really going to try to take over the game. Because I don't see Oftana coming in. And like you said, Rosa hasn't come in yet, so maybe these guys will not be playing here tonight.
Rosario off the roll. Could not handle it just yet, but it was last touched by the Black Shirts. Came out in. Seeing some run here para sa TNT. Para kay Orin, only his third appearance of the finals, and Chapet will get his cue to check in as well para naman sa Ginebra.
And that gives Ginebra a lot of size on the court now. It's going to be hard to keep Troy off the boards.
Ay, naka-establish na ba? Parang hindi pa.
I think the ball actually touched the line. That pass.
That's a turnover on the part of Barangay Ginebra.
Warning on TNT for improper bench equipment.
Less than 2 minutes now natitira sa ating opening quarter. Dom, such a low-scoring quarter so far, 16-13.
Well, you look at that. If you're a TNT, because you probably will not have a Calvin Aftana, you're okay with that, and you haven't really exploded. Right, gives you a better chance of winning the ball game because Barangay Ginebra, they have a couple of very, very explosive players. We talked about RJ Abarientos, we talked about Stephen Holt, Justin Brownie. These guys, in one quarter, they can completely change the complexion of the game.
McCullough's now got 8 points. They go to Henning. Down the middle he goes. The floater, the looper is good. Barangay Jordan.
And the punch screens for TNT are really working right now. These are little bump screens on the side of the court where you're going baseline. And Heading's gotten a lot of points off of that. That time he just went straight to the hoop. And I would say TNT has scored about 8 points off of that play so far.
Thompson, Dutroy. They go to the other side. Ron J misses the three. Calinato pulls down the rebound para sa TNT.
And this crowd is anticipating him making these shots. There's the screen again.
Aurin couldn't send it home. Brownlee making sure Henry couldn't get to that board. Rosario inside to Chape. Aguilar against McCullough. C-Mac already with 1 foul. It's not tapak sa baseline. Si Aguilar. And now Jason Castro will be coming back in, relieving Jordan Heading.
Now let's see what happens when Heading goes out of the game because he has been a source of points so far for TNT.
Tambatak gets it into their attack zone. C-Mac, extra pass to Jason. 3-ball mula sa Cardo. Maintains. Brownlee somehow got it over to Scotty.
TNT has not made a 3-point shot.
Shot line to para dito sa Ginebra to end that first. Abarientos directing traffic. Shot clock reads 8. Quarter clock at that. JB contra Aurin. 3 to shoot. JB goes to the baseline. Jumper is a miss. That'll do it for the first 12. 17-16. TNT clawing their way back into the lead sa pagtatapos ng first quarter dito sa loob ng Smart Araneta Coliseum. TNT wants to force that rubber match on Wednesday kung sakasakali sa MOA po yan. Pero Barangay Ginebra wants to end it tonight. They want to start to celebrate, but they are down by 1 at the end of the first.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.
Coach Josh, Brownlee and Rosario found the rhythm earlier in that first quarter. What adjustments can TNT make defensively to slow them down moving forward?
Well, if you take a look at the score, we believe it's a very good defensive quarter for us. I know Brownlee had this and Rosario had that one open shot, but I think for the most part, we're keeping things in check. I thought we still missed a couple of coverages in terms of our switches, but for the most part, I think we're on point in terms of our defensive strategy. Offensively is where we need a little bit more fluidity and ball movement because we thought that we're missing open guys, especially when Ginebra tags our rollers.
Thank you so much, Coach Josh. Gentlemen, back to you.
Maraming salamat, Coach Josh Reyes and Bea Escudero. It is 17-16, TNT by 1 to open the second. Dadalawang katao pa nga lang po ang nakaka-score para sa Ginebra. 9 puntos para kay Brownlee, 7 naman para dito kay Troy Rosario. Kakwentuhan pa rin natin. Dominic Uy and Coach Norman Black live from the Smart Araneta Coliseum.
Dalawa para sa Barangay Ginebra, dalawa din para dito sa TNT. Jordan Heading lang and Chris McCullough. And no team has actually made a three-point shot yet.
Scotty trying to be the third scorer para sa Ginebra. So if you're TNT trying to survive this, as long as hindi gumawa si RJ and Scotty, are you comfortable with that, Coach Norman?
I think they're happy with their defense. McCullough gets an offensive rebound and scores. Like Dominic mentioned earlier, there's only been 4 players to score in this game.
10 points for McCullough. And 9 naman para kay Heading na nakaupo ngayon sa bench. Aguilar gets the basket at Pinya pang foul.
Because of the movement of Barangay Ginebra, you got to be on point in terms of the switching and in terms of what you're trying to do if you're TNT. There will be mismatches. Barangay Ginebra does such a good job of continuously moving and then finding guys. And when you help out the last line of defense, and somebody's going to again duck towards that shaded area and still get the 2 points. That time, Japet Aguilar one-on-one against Galinato.
Well, finally, somebody else scored for Ginebra.
McCullough from deep. Punches it through.
We don't know the result of this game. We don't know how he's going to play throughout, but he's doing the right thing. He's got to be aggressive. This has to be a big night for him, for his team to survive.
Coach Norman, of your 11 championships, 3 of them you ended in Game 6. How difficult is it to actually close out a series when you're this close to it?
Well, if you have a chance to close it out in Game 6, that's what you really want to do. You don't want it to go to Game 7 because then the pressure really gets to be a lot higher.
But first, let's take a look at this 3-point shot natin sa atin ang Arena Plus Sportsbook. That's what you want, but how do you actually execute it and get your boys to do it?
Well, with good defense, number 1, and of course, offensively, if you can have good teamwork, it really helps.
Dom, just so you know,
yes,
11 championships si Coach Norman. We talked about 3 of them happening in Game 6.
Yes.
1 of them via sweep, 5 of them in Game 5, only 2 in Game 7. Coach Norman likes getting it done early. Mas bawas pressure, Coach.
Coach, he's really trying to impress you with all those statistics,
I didn't really think about it when it was happening.
May follow-up question ako, Coach.
Okay.
Tayo naman doon, pag nagko-cover tayo ng games. Tayo sa coverage eh.
Walang pressure pagka ganun.
22-21, TNT by 1. Castro inside, stripped away by RJ. Jeremiah Gray now part of the 5. They go inside to Japet. Japet got away from 3 defenders.
That's 5 points for Japet Aguilar now.
Remember, game number 5, he had 12 points in 13 minutes. Talk about quality minutes for Japet Aguilar.
Japet joined on the floor by Gray, Brownlee, Abarientos, and Thompson. They wanted Japet down low again, but this time it's broken up by McCullough. C-Mac joined by Castro, Nambata, Pogoy, and Aurin. 4 shooters around McCullough. He takes it right down the middle.
And Batak, great patience that time, finding his teammate.
Usually you'd see Raymond Nambata trying to get his points early. At that time, finding his teammate for that easy layup.
Brownlee, handoff to RJ. Nagtinikling sa baseline, and then he flips in the reverse.
Whenever you're guarding RJ Abarientos, you can never lose focus. He's always ready to take that shot.
Well, you'd think he's not going to take that shot, but it's on his mind.
Bogoy thought about the three, drives closer, kicks it over. They locate Stingray.
And that's TNT's game. When they start moving that basketball from side to side and hitting the corners, normally those shots will fall for them.
Gray down low. Hands it off to Brownlee. JB against Castro. Barbecue chicken time para dito kay Justin.
Just knows exactly what to do.
Barbecue chicken, huh?
27-27. Game 6 as good as advertised thus far. We've got a couple of trends that we want to pay attention to as well, Coach Norman and Dom. First up, as McCullough will miss on this one throughout the series. Everybody in the dark uniform has won through the first 5 games. And also, in those first 5 games, the first team to put up a double-digit lead wins in the end. It doesn't necessarily happen na they hold on to the lead because game 1, Ginebra blew that 18-pointer. But somehow, whoever puts up the first double-digit lead, they have won.
Let's see if that's going to happen today.
RJ, no look, gets it back from Troy. No basket, says the ref. Glenn Cabuntin will be making his first appearance tonight.
If you remember, the championships that TNT won last year, Glenn Cabuntin played major roles in those 2 championships.
So defensively, definitely, even on the offensive end, he made some big shots for them.
Also got a lot of big rebounds and extra possessions.
And because of those championship runs, this guy proved how tough he is. Glenn Cabuntin now holds the PBA record for most games played in a season, 76 games. Tinalo niya si Jolas.
It's an NBA season.
Troy from the... He doesn't like, coach, what the kids like, the load management. None of that.
How many rebounds does McCullough have at this point?
10 rebounds already, coach, to go along with 15 points.
But he's come to the Araneta Coliseum to work tonight.
Ito ang ating panalo play of the game na hatid sa atin ang TNT.
And he's really got that advantage. He can take it all the way to the basket. He's got the quickness advantage against Japet. He's got the height advantage if he's up against Troy Rosario.
17 and 11 now. +1 na sa rebound. Make that 18 points. Good enough for a 3-point lead para sa TNT.
The only problem I can see is last game he kind of lost a lot of steam in the second half. Talking about McCullough.
Especially in the end, coach, he missed those 4 or 5 free throws, and then even that 3-point shot hit nothing but board. JB off the hezzy.
Well, TNT's been very stubborn. They really don't want to go double team him. Maybe because Ginebra is such a good passing team.
Are they continuing the trend of just baiting him to go one-on-one? Seems that way so far, as McCullough now has 20 compared to the 13 mula para kay JB.
And that's what Coach Tim even said at the end of the ball game in game number 5. Coach?
Yeah, when McCullough moves into that 15 to 18-foot range, he's pretty deadly.
Gray to the right side. Holt didn't want to give it up. Takes it himself. Stephen misses. Troy battling for it. Almost an OG tip back there.
Is that what it's called now? An OG tip.
The tip from the heavens for Ananobi. McCullough comes up short on the 4.
And I'm saying that because when he goes out a little bit, his percentages really drop.
Only got 1 3-pointer so far. Everything else from inside and mid-range. Gray with a wild shot. Ginebra keeps possession. 8 to shoot for the guys in white. Gray looking for somebody to pass. Has to take it. Didn't have the line, but hustled for it. 3 consecutive misses from Jeremiah.
If it's not McCullough getting the rebound, TNT having a hard time controlling the boards.
And we mentioned that earlier. They really have to do a good job in the rebounds. So we really have to take a look at the stamina as this game goes on.
Under 6 remaining in this first half. Timeout muna tayo. Atid pa rin sa atin ang Solaire Online. Play the game your way on the Solaire Online Sportsbook.
What did I say after the last game? I think I said we shouldn't be so Michael Jordan. We shouldn't be so Justin centric. And what happens? He comes out and hits 54 tonight. So goes to show what I know. You know, the way they're defending us, they're putting the pressure on Justin to win games by himself. The whole point is to try to wear Justin down where he's no longer effective in the game 6 and game 7. And that's why I was saying that we can't be so Justin-centric. But when it comes to winning, you know, you do what you have to do to win. But, man, what a performance.
The man, the myth, the legend, Justin Brownlee. Look at what he's done so far in these finals. Especially starting game 3, he really turned it up.
Yeah, that was big this last game, 54 points. His career high in the championship series.
Heading gets himself.
That's that same screen going baseline, and Heading is really taking advantage of that.
Yeah, Heading now in double digits, but only 3 TNT players have scored. McCullough's got 20, Heading with 11, and Nambatak with 3 off the bench. Sa kabila naman, Brownlee's got 13, Rosario with 7, Japet with 5, and Abarientos with 4. Mantala si Abes becomes just the 8th guy utilized by Coach Tim tonight para sa Game 6.
Well, even though only 3 players have scored for TNT, I wouldn't even be worried about that tonight. It'd be all about just trying to win the game.
Abes dribbles out of trouble.
But it's not going to look perfect.
Yep. As long as it's a win.
Holt trying to become the 5th scorer para sa Ginebra. Abes on that baseline, wide open. The one-hander is good!
But there's a reason why Coach Tim keeps playing him every game, so you can't really take him for granted. You have to get out there and defend him a little bit.
Del Perpetual alum. Itong si Abes nga, he's gotten steady minutes. Might not be that many, but he gets action, Dom.
Well, you like how he's being given the time, and you like how he's responding. Whether he's making a basket, he makes plays. That's the big thing. He's playing defense, he's providing that energy, and he's giving the rest to whoever needs it for Barangay Ginebra, whether it's Roy Rosario, whether it's Japet Aguilar, or one of the wing guys.
But immediately he gets pulled out. Ralph Koo is now part of the 5.
I also like the fact that he's a young guy, and he's playing in the championship series.
Bogoy.
Tim has a lot of veterans over there.
That right side, Roger Ray looking to contribute. Kobuntin from deep, punches it through!
And that's a big shot That lets everybody else breathe a little bit easier.
Just the third three-pointer para sa TNT tonight, and immediately Coach Tim will call timeout here.
He's not happy with something over there.
Dom talked about it every time TNT wins a championship. Comuntin gets his moments. Nag-aambag na siya dito sa Game 6. Timeout na ito sa atin ng Soler Online. Play the game your way on the Soler Online Sportsbook. Back with us inside a smart Araneta Coliseum kung saan itong TNT nakapagtatag na po ng 6 na puntos na kalamangan dito sa Game 6 ng ating Race to 4 for the Commissioner's Cup. We are coming to you live over RPTV and the One Sports YouTube channel. Brownlee double team. His pass bounces out of bounds and it'll go right back to the Black Shirts.
Yeah, good help defense there at the last second for TNT. Making it very difficult for Brownlee as time is running out.
Well, you want to be able to pressure Justin Brownlee as well. Like I said, he's a good passer. But, you know, if the pressure is there, you're able to cover your bases, forcing a turnover there.
Bogoy against Koo. Roger A getting deep. Turnaround jumper rattles home.
Well, Koo is not a small player. He's got some size on him. Boy can just rise up and shoot over him.
This now is the largest lead of the game. 8 puntos para sa Tropang 5G. Holt hesitated. Goes across. Troy back over to Koo. RJ, quick trigger, short.
Pass 2 times. TNT doing a good job of rotating.
And that's what it takes defensively. Got to cover up for one another and challenge the last shot.
Bogoy against Koo once again. RR got his first 2 points kanina lang. Make that 4! Ginagawang asinta ni Roger. Eto si Ralph.
You can see Troy just standing there waiting to help defensively. But Bogoy saying, I don't have to go that close to shoot this shot.
Papahiling ng timeout. Si Coach Tim Cone, Roger Ray, starting to make noise. 41-31 TNT with the first double-digit lead of Game 6. Ricky Vargas. With some intense moments here as we go down Commissioner's Row. Mayor Zam, Attorney Zorilla, Chairman Pato, sitting with Bosco Merly Marshall. Everybody enjoying what we are witnessing here in Game 6. Naging back-to-back timeouts, ano? Dahil Ginebra wanted a timeout and then the mandatory timeout is now granted to TNT.
Well, remember, after that first timeout, Barangay Ginebra 37-31, and then TNT still able to score 4-0. So Ginebra really wanting a chance to call this timeout, to make sure that they're able to respond. That's one of the toughest things when you're a coach and you call a timeout and the team is not able to respond.
You know what else is tough? To stand all the way up there. We are at capacity at the Big Dome as this series is at Game 6. Game 1 featured that magic from JB, the miracle shot that gave them the 102-100 win. Game 2 naman, bumawi ang TNT, 27-12 scoring in the first quarter. Oftana lit up Ginebra with 31 points. Pagdating ng Game 3, si Holt nagsimula with 15 in the 35 first quarter para dito sa Ginebra. JB had 41, 7 and 7. Pagdating ng Game 4, 106-98 victory para sa TNT. It was Jordan heading with 29, C-Mac with 24 and 14. And then just a couple of nights ago, Barangay Ginebra in overtime with a 5-point victory. Justin Brownlee with a career-high 54 points to give Ginebra a 3-2 lead. Pero sina Coach Jot will not go away that easy. They have a 10-point lead late in this second frame.
Yeah, we should note that since McCullough went out of the game, TNT has actually separated the score a little bit, and that's going to give him a big break because he doesn't have to rush back on the court because he really carried the TNT team in the first quarter. Meanwhile, JB is still on the court. He's just an Iron Man. Brownlee has not rested yet. Is that correct?
Yet.
Thompson working against that pressure defense. He is with Abarientos, Holt, Rosario, and Brownlee. Tapat nga po itong sina Clobuntin, Heading, Pogoy, Nambata, and Galinato. 11-2 run to para dito sa TNT to take a 10-point lead. Holt from deep, punches it through.
But as a coach, you love that timeout because you were able to come out and answer the other team immediately.
That deficit to 7. Heading with some daylight. Gets it back.
Just a great read off that screen. He saw the open spot, went to that open spot, knocked down that 3.
14 in the game for Jordan Heading.
A very small team out here for TNT right now.
Holt looking around. He gets it to JB. Brownlee's got 13. He will attack Pagoy. Step back, up and under, the floater. And one opportunity para kay JB.
Whenever Justin Brownlee has that basketball, just a great read. One little fake, step through, 2 points for Justin Brownlee.
That was a foul there. There was contact on the shot. You see it right there, the body.
Now McCullough has been redeployed here by Coach Chot. Relieving Galinato. JB completes the bonus, but it is still TNT by 7 points.
I bet you Coach Simmons told JB or Justin Brownlee, when you need a rest, just let me know.
And he's hoping that he doesn't.
Heading again. In this time, Thompson will collect that board. Scotty looking at JB. Thompson looking to make his move once again. Outside jumper, Scotty with his first basket tonight.
That's 2 threes in a row for Ginebra.
They are back within 4. TNT missing the services of Calvin Oftana and Brandon Canuelas-Rosser tonight, in case you just tuned in. Pogoy inside, gets too deep, is fouled. Is it Rosario in front or Abarientos in the back?
Only 2 team fouls for Ginebra.
3-pointer na to. Atin pa rin sa atin ang Arena Plus Sportsbook. Pogoy comes up short.
So that last timeout for Tim Cone was a good timeout.
Good answer by the players.
That was his third timeout of the second. As these free throws are brought to us by McDonald's. Love ko to. Dalawang full and a 30 ginamit ni Coach Tim Cone just to stop that rampage of TNT. Rosario being given space by McCullough. Brownlee coming off a couple of picks. Almost lost his footing, kept the pivot down. Ronje has 5 to work with. Trying to shake off McCullough. Ronje up, under, fade away. Now up.
That's
Reese could not make a decision just yet.
And that's the type of effort that you need to show in every single possession. In a game 6, you got to run after every single basketball.
Fresh 14 para sa Ginebra, 26.8 natitira sa ating first half. Brownlee pops off from the left. JB brings Ginebra within 2.
Great execution on the out-of-bounds play. Getting the ball to Brownlee for the 3-point shot.
Brownlee now with 19. That last 3-pointer still brought to us by Arena Plus Sportsbook.
In the last 2 minutes and 20 seconds, Barangay Ginebra on a 12-4 run, led by, once again, Justin Brownlee and Scotty Thompson.
And let's give props where they're deserved, because like you said, it took 3 timeouts for this run to happen for Ginebra. And it shows you how good of a coach Tim Cone is, that he's willing to call 3 straight timeouts to break the momentum of TNT.
Reynang Batak will be checking in para sa Tropang 5G. 20 seconds natitira dito sa ating first half. Si Pinto ipapasok for defensive purposes. Pahinga muna si Abarientos.
Well, when all is said and done, TNT can get into the locker room. Yeah, Brownlee's going to take a break. TNT can get into the locker room with a lead. I'm sure Coach Chud will be happy.
Pinauna na nga eh. Sabi yata, mauna ka na dun, magpahinga ka na. Not even allowed. Here we go, TNT. In attack mode, Batak over the heading. 10 remaining sa ating first half. Will it just be a 2-point lead or madadagdagan pa? Here comes Pogoy. Rosario in front. Roger Ray from deep. No! Rebound Pinto. And that'll do it for the first 24.
After 3 straight timeouts by Barangay Ginebra, they have come back into this ball game and cut down that lead. TNT just up by 2 points, 45-43.
How about these 2 imports, Coach Norman? McCullough's got 20, Brownlee's got 19. It is a classic matchup of reinforcements.
Well, both guys have come to play tonight, giving the fans something to cheer about. 13 rebounds from McCullough. That's pretty high for him.
Si McCullough played about 21.5 minutes of the first half. Si Brownlee, all but the last 20 seconds, inilaro ni JB. Coach Norman Black and Dominic Uy will be breaking down what happened in the first half of Game 6. Maya-maya lang.
For every Filipino fan, there's one app made just for you. Watch the biggest games live. UAAP, PBA, PVL, and more on your preferred device anytime, anywhere. Go beyond the game with originals and shorts. All these and more for only $149 a month. Scan the QR code then type "Get Started" to proceed.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.
For every Filipino fan, there's one app made just for you. Watch the biggest games live. UAAP, PBA, PVL, and more on your preferred device anytime, anywhere. Go beyond the game with originals and shorts. All these and more for only $149 a month. Scan the QR code then type "Get Started" to proceed.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.
For every Filipino fan, there's one app made just for you. Watch the biggest games live. UAAP, PBA, PVL, and more on your preferred device anytime, anywhere. Go beyond the game with originals and shorts. All these and more for only $149 a month. Scan the QR code then type "Get Started" to proceed. For every Filipino fan, there's one app made just for you. Watch the biggest games live. UAAP, PBA, PVL, and more on your preferred device anytime, anywhere. Go beyond the game with originals and shorts. All these and more for only $149 a month. Scan the QR code then type "Get started" to proceed.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
For every Filipino fan, there's one app made just for you. Watch the biggest games live. UAAP, PBA, PVL, and more on your preferred device anytime, anywhere. Go beyond the game with originals and shorts. All these and more for only $149 a month. Scan the QR code then type "Get started" to proceed.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
For every Filipino fan, there's one app made just for you. Watch the biggest games live. UAAP, PBA, PVL, and more on your preferred device anytime, anywhere. Go beyond the game with originals and shorts. All these and more for only $149 a month. Scan the QR code then type "Get started" to proceed. Filipino fan, there's one app made just for you. Watch the biggest games live. UAAP, PBA, PVL, and more on your preferred device anytime, anywhere. Go beyond the game with originals and shorts. All these and more for only $149 a month. Scan the QR code then type "Get Started" to proceed.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
For every Filipino fan, there's one app made just for you. Watch the biggest games live. UAAP, PBA, PVL, and more on your preferred device anytime, anywhere. Go beyond the game with originals and shorts. All these and more for only $149 a month. Scan the QR code then type "Get Started" to proceed.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
For every Filipino fan, there's one app made just for you. Watch the biggest games live. UAAP, PBA, PVL, and more on your preferred device anytime, anywhere. Go beyond the game with originals and shorts. All these and more for only $149 a month. Scan the QR code then type "Get Started" to proceed.
tama nga ng TNT Tropang 5G at the half ng Game 6 as they look to live to fight another game. Kakwentuhan pa rin natin dito sa loob ng Smart Araneta Coliseum. Dominic Uy and PBA royalty, the #1 import scorer in the history of the PBA. Coach Norman Black. Coach Norman, the Barangay Ginebra, they were down by 10, but they unleashed a 12-4 run to end that first half.
Yeah, they did very well at the end of the second quarter to get back in the game. Coach Tim called 3 timeouts to get them back into the game, but I'm sure Coach Chud is quite happy with the performance of his team in the first half. Now he just has to hope that McCullough can keep it up in the second half.
Both imports, Dom, barely rested in that first half.
Well, both imports, we know na kinakailangan magandang ipakita. Justin Brownlee, how well he's playing once again. Coach Norman and I were talking about it prior to going on camp. 8 of 11 for Justin Brownlee, just a great number for him. But let's look at the other statistics, Coach, right now. Field goal percentage for both teams, 43 for TNT, 18 to 41, 40% for Barangay Ginebra. Look at the free throws, almost the same. 5 made, 6 attempts for TNT, only 100% for Barangay Ginebra. The assists almost also all the same. But TNT able to hit from the perimeter, a team that really likes to get their points from the perimeter. 26 of the 45 coming from the perimeter for TNT.
Leading scorers at half, both imports doing their thing. Magkakaiba sa kabila on one end, heading has 14. At the other side, it is Troy Rosario helping out with 7, but all of those were in the first 5 minutes of the game.
We should also mention that Ginebra hit 3 3-point shots at the end of the second quarter. So they started to heat up in this basketball game. TNT is going to have to try to slow that down and not let Ginebra get going from the outside.
The Commissioner's Cup Finals has been the hottest ticket in town. Simula pa lang ng Game 1, kita mo naman. 11,500 pagdating ng Game 2, mas marami pa. Game 3, 18,600 plus. Game 4, dito rin sa Araneta, 16,800. And then just last Friday, dito sa Big Dome, more than 18,000 were in attendance. And tonight, we are guessing more than 21K are in the building. Scan the QR code and enjoy the PBA Commissioner's Cup Finals on One Sports on YouTube, on the One Sports page on YouTube for free worldwide.
Okay, what's scary for TNT, Doms, is RJ is 1 for 9 from the field.
Yes.
I mean, he has not been able to contribute offensively, and they're only down by 2 points. So TNT is going to have to continue to do a good job on him defensively. They've been putting a big player on him the entire first half. Let's see how they defend him here in the second half.
But if, Dom, you base it on Game 5, that was almost the same story through the first 3 quarters, but he found the way late as we send it over to Miss Bea.
Coach Richard, TNT has done a good job staying composed and being able to execute despite missing those key players. What has been the biggest challenge presented to Ginebra so far, and how do you plan to address this in the second half?
We didn't get really a good rhythm on our offense. I think it's more of we played through our emotions and not really thinking the game that much, but we just got to settle down. And more importantly, we got to be solid on defense. Heading has been getting a lot of shots, getting to the basket, getting those floaters, and McCullough has been hitting his shots. So we need to defend better and for us to have a chance to close out the series.
Thank you so much, Coach Richard. Gentlemen, back to you.
It's your human eraser, Coach Norman, from the ABC Sports Blackboard days.
A long time ago.
But Justin Brownlee missing that jumper, but Troy Rosario cleaning that up.
Of course, thank you to Coach Richard Del Rosario and Miss Bea for that interview. 45-45. Game is tied early in the third. It is Castro with McCullough. Williams heading in Pugoy. Ang lima ng TNT. Brownlee with a block on Kelly. Brownlee joined on the floor by RJ. Angie Jandensis, Thompson, Holt, and Rosario. RJ, as you guys mentioned, he's been struggling from the field. Only 4 points to show for. Holt from the outside. That's a long 2.
And Ginebra comes out the gate hitting their first 2 shots.
Just like that, Ginebra reclaims the lead. They already led by as many as 5 early in this one, Dom and Coach Norman.
Well, Magu, after that 3 straight timeouts, seems like Ginebra a lot more locked in.
No mandatory timeouts needed para sa Ginebra ngayong third as Castro lights it up.
And you can see the backspin on that basketball when he released it. And that was going to be straight.
First basket of the game for the 5-time best player of the conference, 10-time champion Jason Castro. Brownlee looking around, goes across. Holt, quick trigger three. No! Machine Gun Kelly para sa board.
Coach, you talked about the rebounds earlier on. TNT really needs to do a good job of getting those rebounds, especially because of how Ginebra moves that basketball and how they move without the basketball. It's very difficult to locate your guy.
And McCullough has continued to rebound the ball. He had 13 in that first half. 5 to 3-pointer.
5-0 counter-attack para dito sa TNT. And you're talking about rebounding. TNT's going to have to get it done. -2 their key rebounders. Talking about Calvin Oftana at etong si Brandon Rosser. Both has not seen action tonight. Pero kung sabi nga ni Miss Bea, kung kakailanganin, baka kayang puwersahin.
And Brownlee continues to punish the defense of TNT inside the paint.
51-49 is the score. TNT's lead is 2. McCullough gets deep. Finger roll is good.
I really like it when McCullough is actually able to get to the basket, is able to read that, and doesn't necessarily settle for those outside shots, Coach.
I agree with you, but how could he get that open?
5 points in the third para dito kay C-Mac. Brownlee against Pugoy. It's been that way almost all series long. JB goes around. 23 in the game para kay Justin Brownlee.
Well, you can say Coach Chud is being a little bit stubborn, not giving Pugoy a little bit of help defensively, but he just does not want the other players from Ginebra to get going. Meanwhile, the way they're playing defense, Justin Brownlee may be in for another big game.
Are they still waiting for Justin Brownlee to wear himself out here, Dom?
Well, from the looks of it, remember, even in game number 5, he looked like he was the strongest guy who finished that ball game.
Brownlee for 3. Punches it through!
Well, that answers your question. The guy is in shape.
Justin Brownlee now overtakes McCullough for game-high scoring honors. He's got 26. McCullough's got 25. McCullough loses control. Scotty picks it up. Troy up ahead. RJ as well. Scotty will look to set this one up. Holt didn't want to pull the trigger. Gives it up to Brownlee. Justin is on fire.
Yeah, Justin Brownlee is not seeing the defense in front of him right now.
And Ginebra now building a 3-point lead, 56-53, forcing Coach Jot Reyes into a timeout. And it's been all about JB, Dom.
Well, Justin Brownlee, we talked about him, 8 of 11 in the first 24 minutes of action. And look at him here in the third quarter. They want to put it into a different gear. They're going to Justin Brownlee every time that they can. And it's just easy for Justin Brownlee. Putting the ball in that hoop with a smaller guy in front of him. 3-point lead now for Barangay Ginebra.
Souvenir shirts courtesy of Tap Tap Send. O doon naman tayo sa bandang taas. Come on!
Tap tap send mo na yan. Save for more and pila no more. Tap tap send mo na yan. Tap tap send.
How about a pizza?
Tap tap send mo na yan.
Para sa mabilis, safe at sulit na padalog to the Philippines, download Tap Tap Send, the trusted remittance best friend of OFWs worldwide. Get an additional $20 on your first send.
Zero fees, high exchange rates. Tap tap send mo na yan. Sa tap tap
Okay naman dyan, taas ka mo!
First quarter, Justin Brownlee scored 9. Pagdating ng second, dinagdagan niya ng 10. 19 at the half para kay JB. And dito sa third quarter, napakaaga pa. May 9 puntos na naman dinagdag itong si JB.
Another 9 points for Justin Brownlee. And we're talking about it. Seems a little bit too easy. He's really good. So you gotta try something different on Justin Brownlee.
And they have small guys who continue to guard him. He can't see those guys when he's shooting a jump shot.
Pick and roll action. Castro to McCullough. Misses at the cup. Ginebra on the push, up by 3. They were down by 10 late in that second frame. Brownlee against Pugoy once again. Spins baseline. Pull up. Good!
And I think Ginebra will continue to go to him until TNT is able to stop this offense.
A 30-piece, 5 minutes into the third quarter para dito kay Justin Brownlee. Heading, kicks it out. McCullough couldn't release the pass. Pulls up from 15. He misses. McCullough trying to clean it. He misses again.
This is a crucial part of the game for TNT.
Scotty inside. Thwarted by the defense of Heading. Castro trying to reestablish order para dito sa Tropang 5G. They are the defending champions of the Commissioner's Cup. RR banging bodies. They go to Jason. Down the middle. The floater. Castro. No. Kanya rin yung board. Jason trying to get around. We'll leave it for Heading. 6 to shoot for the Black Shirts. Jordan for 3. Punches it through.
Needed that badly.
And you like the effort of Jason Castro getting that possession once again for them to be able to knock down that 3 in the end for Jordan Heading.
And it gives McCullough a chance to breathe. Somebody else scored, so now he can maybe get a little bit more energy.
Holt to Rosario, blocked by McCullough. And let's remind everybody, there will be no more mandatory timeouts the rest of the third. Ginamit na ng Ginebra yung mandatory nila in the second, and TNT ginamit na maaga dito as we take a look at this 3-point shot natin sa atin ng Arena Plus Sportsbook. You can still call timeout, but you don't have to.
And that's very key when the team is making a run, especially with the stakes this high. Barangay Ginebra, 3-2 lead, wanting to close out this series tonight.
McCullough surveys the floor. Brownlee picks him up. McCullough goes to the spin. Lost his footing, but was pushed in the process. No coach has challenged any whistle so far tonight here in Game 6. You want to save it at this point, right, Coach Roman?
That's correct, and McCullough did a good job that time of mixing up his offense, not just selling for the jump shots. That time he was able to get all the way to the basket.
McCullough's free throws atin pa rin sa atin ang McDonald's. Love ko to.
Very important for TNT. Nakita natin ng game number 5. Hindi ganun kadami ang kanilang mga free throws that they attempted. Now a little bit more aggressive going to the basket.
Nice cleanup job by Galinato as we get this report from Bayer.
Gentlemen, in the most recent huddle of TNT, Coach Shot Reyes took the time to remind his players of one thing, limiting JB after seeing his quick coins being released to start the third. As he put it, whoever is guarding Justin inside, you need to stick to him. We cannot give him that much space to operate. We need to be disciplined on both ends of the floor. Gentlemen.
Yun yung sinasabi ni Coach Norman, no? Hindi nakikita, hindi nararamdaman ni Brownlee yung mga defenders niya.
It's just too easy. Again, when it's a small guy, he's just shooting over them. And, you know, you want him to be able to at least think a little bit, let him hesitate, make him do other things, make him go to his weaker side, if he does have a weaker side.
I do understand what Coach Chut's thinking. Yeah. He doesn't want them to just start hitting three-point shots by double-teaming the ball.
Ron J gets the piss pass, taken away by Heading. Jordan on the move. He's got Pinto in front of him. McCullough contra Brownlee. That's going to be a foul on JB.
Second personal foul on Justin Brownlee.
Coach Norman back in the semifinals. A lot of people, the entire Philippine Republic wanted some clarification when Dominic Uy told the entire Philippines that he used to play basketball with you and he used to hang with you guys. Is that true?
Totoo talaga.
Oh, going with a 3. And Coach Dim will burn another timeout here.
Well, you like how TNT able to respond to this. You know, Barangay Ginebra on a strong tear here in the third quarter, but TNT able to reply, not wanting to end the series tonight. Good pass. Pugoy knocking down the three. It's tough for Pugoy. He's defending Justin Brownlee. Then on the other end, they're also looking to him for some points.
Official outfitter, healthy and purebred. Our official hydration partner, Ginebra Tech. Our official IT partner, our value licenses, PBA Rush and Signal, World Balance, Daily Fantasy. PBA fans, feeling at oras naman para sa ating PBA scam. Tingnan natin ang ating mga lovers sa ating victory. Ayan ang ating champion! How about this side? At ayos na! How about this side? Definitely! And we have this one. Sino pa kaya? Oh, ito na! Oh, Mami! Ikaw na! Daddy! Sakis naman tayo dyan! Come on! Daddy, ayaw mo na kami! Sige na!
Patuloy ang ating pagtutok sa Game 6. Best of 7 Commissioners Cup Finals para sa 2026. Lamang po sa serye ang Barangay Ginebra 3 games to 2. TNT though, lamang na naman dito after a 9-0 run, 62-58. Welcome inside the Smart Araneta Coliseum kung saan si Justin Brownlee continues to climb the charts. As of Game 5, 7,855. That means plus 30, 7,885 points ng career total ni JB.
Sean Chambers is next.
Who's number one?
Who's number one, Coach?
Come on, guys. Hindi yabang ako.
No. But, Coach, since you're the number one all-time import scorer, right? Look at that, Coach. He had a question, Coach. You can answer the question.
Imagine, number one import scorer. Sabi mo,
I have the best witness.
Doms is a good player, man.
Oy! Thank you!
Magaling siya.
Coach Norman, the entire globe is listening to you. Because we're not just in the Philippines. We're on YouTube Live, One Sports.
I know there was one particular guy who was asking as well. Coach RG, that's confirmation.
It was really Coach RG that was questioning that big time, Coach. 62-58, JB snaps that 9-0 run by TNT.
Add two more to that list.
32 points right now for Justin Brownlee, 13 here in the third quarter.
Ang hirap nang imagine abutin ni JB si Coach Norman, pero yung mga kasunod sa listahan, baka kayang-kaya doon.
Pwede.
McCullough inside, flips it up.
Called an offensive foul.
Looks like it's on Galinato.
Yes.
Are they saying Galinato pushed Japet into McCullough?
And Coach Chuck does not agree with the call.
Happened right in front of them. Both coaches still have their challenges, but Coach Chot does not want to gamble on using it. Take another look at it from this angle, D.
I understand the reaction of Coach Chot Reyes. You know, it's difficult though when all guys are trying to jockey for position.
Brownlee trying to get deep, trying to shake off Kabuntin, turnaround jumper, JB special! Delivered, and we are now tied at 62. Both coaches using multiple timeouts here. Second timeout of the third quarter para dito kay Coach Chot. How do you stop this?
This is like a broken record here. He's just backing his man up and shooting in his face, almost as if they're not even there. I mean, this is a great player here. We should really be proud of Justin Brownlee and the way he plays.
think as an import, you know, in this league, you just got to remain or stay aggressive. Of course, things wasn't going going well for us tonight, but I just wanted to stay aggressive for the team. I know that the guys lean on me sometimes, you know, in certain moments of the game, and I just, you know, just wanted to do my part. But I think as a collective group, you know, this was one of those games where Coach talked about grinding it out, and we just had to grind it out, especially on the defensive end. We made some crucial stops. You know, the ball went our way tonight, and yeah, we just had to grind it out.
Takeover Bacamo in front of nearly 23,000 paying fans inside the Big Dome. Brownlee has scored 15 of his 34 points, and we've got more than 4 minutes remaining in the third. TNT trying to stop the bleeding once again. Ginebra has caught up. We are tied at 62. McCullough inside, powers his way through.
Like that look that TNT did there. McCullough cutting to that basket, getting him that basketball.
Coach tried to ask him for a foul on that play.
28 points para kay McCullough. 8 dyan dito sa third. Abarientos still stuck at 4 points. Going pick and roll with Aguilar.
Oh!
RJ got away. Was clipped from behind by Heading.
That was a foul, yes. Did you see that move?
That was filthy, Coach Robin.
Oh!
Look at that. Thought he was already going to pull up for that basket.
You played and coached against his uncle, Johnny Abarientos, a 12th-time PBA champion. As his free throws are brought to us by McDonald's Love Koto. This guy's only in his second year on this stage. He's only 26 years old, Coach.
Well, RJ, if he stays healthy, he's going to have a lot of success in the PBA. His uncle was different. Great rebounding guard despite his size. Could score the basketball, could shoot the basketball, and was a good defender.
Bea, ano balita?
It was a finals low 13 points for RJ Abarientos in game number 5, but according to him, the numbers didn't seem to bother him too much. According to RJ, TNT did a good job making things difficult for him offensively, and much of the game was spent trying to find his timing and rhythm against the defense. But still, he knows that Ginebra cannot rely solely on JB if they hope to close out the series tonight. And as he put it, I need to be ready to create for my teammates, and if my offense isn't there early, then I have to focus on making an impact defensively. Gentlemen.
That's exactly what he did late in game 5 as McCullough just hit a 3. Chop it though on the other end, gets one from underneath.
And that time they double teamed against Brownlee, but never still scored.
Bogoy sa kabila. Looking for McCullough. He's got 11 in the third. 3 ball is fouled by Aguilar. And Japet wants Coach Tin to challenge this. Might have clipped him on the leg.
Doesn't seem like Coach Tim is going to do it.
They had a nice angle from their bench to see that last sequence. And hindi na pwede mag-challenge dahil hawak na ni McCullough yung bola.
Oh.
Let's take a look at it. Bumuka ka si Japet, tried to get away, but tinamaan pa rin. McCullough splitting the first 2. He's only been shooting less than 65% from that line ngayong finals.
I like his attitude tonight, though. He's just being aggressive. He's not worried about what type of shots he takes. He's just trying to win the game.
Free throws na natin sa atin ng McDonald's. Love Koto.
Yeah, especially when you're playing against Barangay Ginebra. You gotta try and block out, obviously, the crowd, but also even the calls that you may not agree with.
69-66, TNT up ahead by 3. Pinto, backstopping para sa Barangay Ginebra. Trying to get rid of Nambatak, drops it up. Nambatak took it away. Bogoy in the front race with RJ. Bit si Rocheray.
That was one of those meet you at the summit. See who can jump the highest. You know?
Did Dom ever try that on you, Coach Norman?
I was never that foolish. You know why? Coach Norman was always my teammate.
Ayan naman pala. Pinto got away. Misses though. McCullough secures that board once again.
I know there's one guy who was a little bit foolish like that, Coach Eric Reyes.
Aba? Kapal books, inatake si Coach.
Diving and close here.
McCullough, bitin. McCullough pa rin! 35 for the game for Chris McCullough. And Coach Tim is suing for time once again.
Hey, you gotta give it to TNT. Barangay Ginebra is coming out strong, but TNT has a reply. Again, TNT, they need to win this game to be able to force a game number 7. And everything just on the table right now. Chris McCullough, 35 points for him, 15 here in the third.
Coach Tim utilizing a 30-second timeout, meaning for the rest of the game, Coach Tim will only have 3 full timeouts remaining. Coach Todd has 3 timeouts and a 30 up his sleeve. Ito ang ating silyado defense of the game na hatid sa atin ang Pioneer Elastoseal. Silyado ang bubong, anumang panahon.
Well, McCullough has 35 points. Brownlee has 34. I guess the difference is really Heading has 17 points in the game. Pagoy has 10.
So some local support for TNT.
Correct, yes. And that's despite the fact that Oftana has not played in this game and neither has Rosa. It also shows you how strong TNT is, personnel-wise.
Sa kabila, ang tumutulong kay Brownlee, itong si Troy Rosario with 9. Japet Aguilar's got 7. And then 6 points from Ron J. Abarientos. Thompson has been stuck at 3. Holt with only 5.
Eventually, the guy you got to watch out for is RJ. He has a tendency of scoring when the game is on the line.
Does not shy away from the limelight.
Pinto against Nambatak once again. Jeremiah Gray now part of the 5. Scotty gets it over to JB. 7 to shoot. Brownlee triple team. Japet floater short. McCullough with a board. Here comes TNT. Pagoy down the gut of the defense. Will kick it out. Kabuntin didn't want to pull the trigger just yet. They reset. 10 segundo natitira sa shot clock ng TNT. Pagoy kontra Gray. Will back him up. Pagoy has to go. Due to shoot. Pinasa pa. At na-turnover na ng tuluyan ang TNT.
Ang hirap ng buhay nitong si RR Pagoy. No? Sa depensa, binabantayan itong si Justin Brownlee. And like we said, on the other hand, trying to get some scoring out of him as well.
Japet trying to power his way through. Will have to earn his points from the line.
Who's that foul on?
Maybe 4 on McCullough.
Good luck. Malaking dagok to para sa TNT. 4 na foul ni C-Mac.
Is Coach Trot gonna rest?
42 seconds na titira sa third. They'll be on offense. Baka hindi muna. But if there's no other dead ball, Dom, we'll have to watch it. Free throws ni Japet at pa rin sa atin ng McDonald's. Love ko to.
I think I probably would take him out for these 42 seconds so there's no mishaps.
Lamang ka pa rin naman, no? 73-66. Sapit talaga, no?
Mahirap kasi madisgrasya ka pa. He might, you know, be going for a loose ball or something. Might end up committing his 5th personal foul. That will definitely change the complexion of the game.
Japet splits.
Well, he has to be very careful. He doesn't want to get in a situation where he runs over anybody and gets an offensive foul or a moving screen.
Nambata to McCullough down the middle. Hesitated before rising up.
That's why the coaches are coaching. He left him in the game and he scored. So I guess he said we should be quiet.
It's about a 3.5 differential, second differential between the clocks now. Scotty with some space to operate. Kicks it back out. JB 4. Scotty with a board. Short. Who's got it? JB at the buzzer. Bang! It just bounced the way of Ginebra, gentlemen.
Wow. Give them credit for the hustle on the offensive boards. I've seen Brownlee do this too many times.
Live action, it looked good. That one looked a little too close for comfort. Take a look at the hand and the backboard. Hawak pa. Hawak pa ni JB.
That was close.
First angle was too close. Second angle looks like it was not in time. Referees have 11 different angles to check here. And everybody trying to figure this out.
It's going to be big, right? They could be down just 5 or they could be down 8. A completely different scenario.
That's correct, and it gives TNT a little bit more breathing room. They're up 8.
Masusing investigasyon ang ginagawa. It was that close.
And that's the thing. You want to make sure that the call is correct because how important, whether it's counted or not, both for Barangay Ginebra and TNT.
Well, I normally like to, gamble and try to call it, but this time it's really up to the referees.
But, aside from that call, the good thing is, because of this love, remember, guys who are playing extended minutes, this is extra rest.
Hindi pa tayo nag-o-official in between quarters, di ba? Ito. Tignan natin ulit. Pull it back.
Oh, that's really close.
That's really close.
Toskoy na lang yan. That's way too close. Here's a different one. Ayun, hawak pa, nakapula na. Right here, you can see.
That's literally the tip of your
fingernail.
No basket. No basket, says the referee.
And they took their time.
They had to make sure. So it is officially a 75-67 lead para sa TNT as we head into the final quarter of Game 6.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
Last 12 minutes na ng Game 6 ng Commissioner's Cup Finals. Troy Rosario scored heavy early in this Game 6. Scored 7 of those 9 points in the first quarter. Actually, first quarter, 4 na tao lang umiscore. Rosario at Brownlee para sa Ginebra. McCullough at Heading naman para sa TNT. Talking about Brownlee, he has elevated his game every single quarter. But let's take a look at Chris McCullough's numbers. 37 and 16. That's a monster ball game already. But we've got one final quarter ahead of us. Here's Brownlee. 9 points in the first quarter, 10 points in the second, then pumped in another 15 in the third.
Look at the field goal percentage there, 15 out of 20. McCullough's headed for a 40-point, 20-rebound game.
It's so nice to see both imports just showcasing their talents.
This is a prize fight. This is a heavyweight championship between these two imports, Coach Norman.
Yeah, and what TNT's trying to do is to live for another day. Just need to get a victory here.
Kim Aurin will be on the floor to start the fourth. Kasama sina ng Batak, McCullough, Pogoy, and Cobontin. Katapat itong sina Pinto, Rosario, Brownlee, Gray, and Thompson. That's an offensive foul.
And they're probably going to take a look at this also because of the damage that was done.
And it happened right in front of that TNT bench as well.
That may be a little bit of acting there.
Did he actually get hit?
Well, maybe we should look at it again. Looked like he bumped him in the chest. But the reaction was to the face.
Yes. The question is, did any other part of Reynam Batak hit his face?
Regular offensive foul on the Batak here. Yeah, Coach Norman had it. The bump was to the chest. Pero yung pagbagsak nakahawak sa mukha.
Acting is part of basketball. You gotta act it out.
Brownlee has barely rested tonight. Just the last 20 seconds of the second quarter ang kanyang pahinga. Rosario with the offensive rebound. Brownlee looking for Troy. Gray to Scotty. 5 to shoot. Thompson inside.
Oh, bad miss there by Scotty.
Not something he usually misses.
Pogoy contra Gray. Rifle pass across. They get it to C-Mac. In and out on the 3-ball. JB trying to extricate himself. Shot clock now at 10 para sa mga nakaputi.
Color has to be careful. He does have 5 fouls.
Pinto down the gut of the defense.
And that's the reason why he did not help on that play.
No rim protector for TNT, but talk about the third quarter. 5 of 5 from the three-point area for TNT. That's why they ended up with 30 points in that quarter.
6-point lead para dito sa Tropang 5G. McCullough backing up, goes across. Pogoy Bebuelo, 5 to shoot. Oh, Gray took it away. JB off the Hezzy. And one!
And that was the correct thing offensively for Ginebra. The man of McCullough went and set that screen for Brownlee. McCullough had to switch off, and McCullough's not going to foul him. You can see it right there.
Game 3, he had 41. Game 4, 32. Game 5, a career high 54. Right now, he's got 36 with still more than 10 minutes remaining dito sa loob ng Big Dome.
And we should mention that he has played almost the entire game. I think he set out for 20 seconds.
Also, look at the TNT. They've been playing small pretty much the entire ball game. And that's where they're really missing a guy like Calvin Oftana. Because even when they go small, he's on the court. He can defend bigger guys, but he can defend smaller guys as well. Gives him a little bit more flexibility.
Castro back on. Oh, Castro crashed hard. He's clutching onto his foot. Gray with a rebound. Castro is down for the count. 5 on 4. Jason trying to pick himself up. Gray. No! 5 on 4 pa rin. Scotty! No! And now the referees will call a medical timeout here. That left foot, the ankle looks like para dito kay Jason was turned.
Landed there.
Stepped on his foot. Normally that would be called a landing area foul.
That's exactly what Coach Trott is motioning to the refs.
You know, injuries in the playoffs, particularly in the finals, is the worst thing that can happen to a team.
They're ready minus Oftana, minus Rosser, and now Castro will be checked on the bench. Jordan Heading will be back on the floor.
It's very important for the guys coming off the bench to be able to provide spot minutes.
But they dodged a couple of big bullets there. 2-3 na mintis ng Ginebra.
And that was 5 on 4 when you think about it. So good job defensively dodging a bullet there.
My feeling is for TNT to win this game, this guy here is going to have to finish strong. Talking about Heading.
Heading with 17. Gives it up to Pogoy. Free ball is good for Roger Ray.
Meanwhile, it's Pogoy supplying the big points down the stretch.
JB trying to get it back. Goes inside. Bumps off McCullough. Overcooks the shot.
And if you're TNT, you'd rather have Justin Brownlee coming all the way from that 4-point area, dribbling to the basket rather than just posting up.
Bogoyas, JB on him. McCullough's got Troy. McCullough wants to power his way through. Flips it across. Heading, thought about the three, kicks it over. Mambata pulls the trigger. Rebound picked up by Pinto. Pinto for three. No! Rosario with another board. Pinto reload.
Big shot by Nards Pinto. This is where the offensive rebounding is starting to come into play for Ginebra.
Heading, broken up by JB.
John Pinto with 5 points in the ballgame, making crucial plays.
JB to the cup, and we have got a 1-point game. Game 6 has been good as we have all expected. Largest lead of the game was 10 late in the second quarter para sa TNT. But Barangay Ginebra sticking right with them. Ang Tropang Fire Cheese looking to live to fight another game. Ang Barangay Ginebra naman gusto nang pasabugin yung mga confetti cannon ngayong linggo dito sa loob ng Smart Araneta Coliseum. It's been intense all throughout, Dominic and Coach Norman. The environment in here, you've been through so many of these battles, Coach. It is incredible from the stands. How is it like when you are on the floor?
Well, you don't really feel it when you're on the floor because you're just playing the game. And you can hear it, but it doesn't really affect you too much because you got to get a job done. But, you know, the Ginebra crowd has always been just so supportive of their team since the Sonny Jaworski days. And it hasn't changed. Still the same. Now, before, when Ginebra was making its run, it was Bagoy who made a couple of big shots to keep TNT separated. Let's see who can do it for them now.
They pressure the guards. McCullough na nagtawid para dito sa Tropang 5G. Heading gets his hands on it. He's got Nambatak on his right, Pogoy on his left. Kelly Williams is down low. McCullough with a pick. Heading on the move. Gives it up. 6 to shoot. C-Max got to make it happen. Pogoy for three. No!
And Ginebra doing a good job of controlling the boards.
Now Ron J. Amarientos is back on. What a relief job mula kay Pinto, scoring those 5 points.
10 to 3 so far this quarter for Barangay Ginebra.
Amarientos on the move. Nagpapasabit sana. Gray. Nothing but air on that 3 ball.
Well, both teams played pretty good defense in the last 2 possessions.
That's going to be holding. Jeremiah Gray.
And Jeremiah Gray is a little bit taller than Pagoy, but Pagoy seems very confident that he can post him up.
Pogs against Gray again. Intibay ng katawan ni Pagoy on display. Nambatak misses. Brownlee with a board.
That's a well-executed play. Once the help came, found the open man.
At the other side, JB misses.
McCullough with another rebound.
19 rebounds na para dito kay McCullough. To go along with 37 points. Pagoy against Gray ulit. Pagoy Bebuelo goes across, heading back to Rodgery. Pupunta sana kay Kelly, but Williams was not ready.
He thought RR was already going to take that shot and go for that rebound. Was Kelly Williams.
A little bit of lull here as far as the scoring is concerned.
But if you're TNT, you'll take that. You're still in the lead.
Ronje against McCullough. C-Mac has 4 fouls. Abarientos backs up, 8 to shoot. Ronje couldn't shake off C-Mac just yet. Ronje fade away, no! Rebound, Troy loses control. That's a fresh 14. JB. Oh!
42 points for Justin Brownlee.
How will TNT respond? Heading. Tupagoy, 3-ball. No! Nambata trying to hustle for it. Ball goes the other way. TNT looking to challenge. Take another look at this huge triple from JB. He has got 42 points.
It's another offensive rebound also for Ginebra.
Head coach challenge natin, natin pa rin sa atin ang Arena Plus, the official game partner of the PBA and the #1 sportsbook in the Philippines.
McCullough has controlled the boards the entire game. But here in the fourth quarter, Ginebra is starting to get away with a lot of offensive rebounds. Second chance looks at the basket.
Extra points for Barangay Ginebra.
Both of them have it. Ooh, looks like a great challenge. That looked like it was off Ronje.
And if you're Coach Chuck, you're just wondering, why did I have to use my challenge?
Ang tumapik si Nambatak pero ang huling humawak doon sa baba, mukhang si Abarientos, ano?
Well, this is crucial for TNT. You know, using this challenge, if they're going to get that basketball back, that's going to be big.
Well, unless they're going to call a foul on this play, it seemed that it went off the fingertips of RJ.
You know, this is the 140th finals in the history of the PBA. 99th time tayo nagkaroon ng best of 7 and only 29 have ever gone the distance. Can TNT push this there? Let's take a listen first.
After ng review, ang tawag na last touch kay RJ Abarientos is reverse. Last touch RJ Abarientos. Therefore, challenge ng token text is successful. Token text ball.
It was Pagoy or Nambata who batted it away, pero tingnan mo sa baba. Ayun, oh.
Oo, tumama dun sa kamay nitong si RJ Abarientos.
And RJ continues to argue here with the referee. They've looked at multiple angles.
I'm not sure why he's arguing.
80-78. Ginebra's lead is 2. Heading on the move. Looking for that space. McCullough pulls the trigger.
Big shot. Big shot by McCullough. Well, every shot is big right now.
Regaining that lead with that 3-point shot of Chris McCullough.
Less than 5.5 remaining dito sa Game 6. The 99th best of 7 sa kasaysayan ng PBA. Hold, quick trigger, no!
Another offensive rebound for Barangay Ginebra and Troy Rosario.
Starting to make a difference here.
Brownlee down low, Pagoy still on him. JB 2 to shoot. JB special, no! McCullough saves it. Nampatak gathers it.
It's like every play is urgent right now.
Some anxious moments from the thousands of Ginebra fans in attendance. Heading with some daylight, bounces to McCullough for the layup.
What a great read by Jordan Heading. He saw he had the advantage. The defense had to help out. Last second, dishing it off to their import, Chris McCullough. But before that, let's check out this three-point shot.
Itong panalo play of the game, natin sa atin ang TNT.
Yeah, look how he sets up this play there. Puts the ball perfectly in the right place. Nothing that RJ could do.
McCullough matches JB with 42 points. More importantly, lamang ng tatlo ang TNT.
Show your energy for our Tap Tap Energy Camp! Say hello lang sa ating camera, mga ka-PBA! Huwag natin kalimutan sabihin sa mga kamag-anak abroad to send money to the Philippines with Tap Tap Send and get additional $20 on your first send. Para sa mabilis, safe at sulit na padalab to the Philippines, download Tap Tap Send, the trusted remittance best friend of OFWs worldwide. Sige lang, show your energy! Okay naman, it's time for our PBA Camp! Let's go!
Sa harap nga po ng halos 23,000 paying fans dito sa Smart Araneta. Tatlo po ang abante ng TNT looking to force a Game 7 kung sakasakali po sa MOA Arena yan ngayong darating na Miyerkules. All of these fans have gotten their money and efforts worth on this glorious Sunday for some championship basketball. The atmosphere has been ridiculous in here, Dom.
You gotta love it. You gotta love how these two teams are not disappointing the fans that have trekked all the way to the Smart Araneta Coliseum on a Sunday.
Look at these two,
two
Coach.
guys. Look at them tied with 42 points, Coach. 20 rebounds for McCullough. You called it. Up for 20
Look at the
rebounds.
shooting percentages. Both guys shooting well from the floor.
You guys have been talking about Troy Rosario's rebounding as well. He's got 9 points, 14 rebounds, half of them off the offensive glass. That's how big Troy has been para sa Ginebra to keep them within 3. Game 6 is down to the last 4:20. Thompson to the corner. Whistle blown. Looks like it's going to go against Pagoy.
That's a tough call for TNT. With 3.5 seconds.
Yeah, the shot clock almost out.
And Holt looking like he was going nowhere, actually, from that corner.
And how tough is Pagoy? What a task he has to guard Brownlee the entire game.
Pagoy trying to deny. JB gets his hands on it. Bea, anong balita?
Gentlemen, just a quick update on Jason Castro. He did sustain a left ankle sprain. According to PT Dexter Aceron, they are leaving his shoes tight as to avoid any more swelling. But as for his availability, he is doubtful for the remainder of the game. Gentlemen.
So malaking question mark. Hindi na hinubad yung sapatos para dito kay Jason.
Well, the players may have to adjust a little bit. All of a sudden, the referees are calling a little bit tighter.
Yep. And that's the 4th team foul for TNT. 1 so far for Barangay Ginebra.
Abarientos against Kelly Williams. They've always thrown a bigger defender, a longer defender on RJ. Almost all series long. Ronje against Nambatak this time. Niluwa pa yung tira ni Ronje doon. TNT looking to extend this to a 2-possession lead. Heading makes his move over to McCullough. Inside the machine gun. First basket of the game.
That's big. He's able to get some points and rebounds and help out in terms of guarding RJ Abarientos, making Abarientos miss or pass that basketball.
Brownlee dives in. Found the angle.
What a shot. It's almost like he was riding a bicycle to the basket.
3-point game, 85-82, just over 3 remain. Dito sa Game 6. Bogoy. He's got 13 points across his number. Over to McCullough, 3-ball.
Yeah!
For a 14% shooter, he's hit 2 of the biggest threes tonight in the last couple of minutes.
You gotta love what Chris McCullough has brought to the game tonight. He knows that he does not want to go down. He's hitting big shot after big shot.
Brownlee's got 46, McCullough's got 45. What a mano-a-mano ang ating natuto ngayon dito sa Game 6.
This is a shootout between the two imports.
Heading, trying to join the party, blocked by Scotty.
McCullough was wide open at the top.
Yeah, the Heading has made 3 of those shots earlier in the game. That's probably why he attempted that.
McCullough will glide in, is clipped by Troy.
I love the aggressiveness of McCullough. Not really settling, but if it's there, he takes it. And now, just like last game, these foul shots become so important.
Again, in the final, 65% ng kwantikada ni McCullough from that line. But he calmly sinks the first.
And look at him today as compared to game number 5. Not as gassed as he was in the previous game. Looks like a lot of energy for him tonight.
5 of 7 so far. Make that 6 of 8.
Well, I like the way he's nursed his fouls. He picked up his 4th foul a little while ago, and still only has 4 to this point.
47 now para dito kay McCullough. That's
Not
a
gonna
finals
stop.
high for him. JP ain't done just yet.
Troy Rosario does such a good job of creating space for his teammates.
Well, he's sealing guys in there. He's just running up to them and sealing them, opening it up for his teammates.
McCullough for 4.
Yeah! Are you serious?
McCullough with 51.
I mean, these two imports are putting on a show.
My goodness, Coach Norman. McCullough 51, Brownlee 48. And they are just going at each other here in Game 6.
This is how you win championships. You got to come up big in the clutch.
Reminds you of Norman Black versus Bobby Parks back in the day.
You gotta love it. Gotta love it. This is exactly what we saw and what we're seeing tonight. McCullough against JB. 1:52 left in this ball game.
TNT stumbled into the playoffs as the 8th seed this year, but we gotta remind everybody, they are the defending champion of this Commissioner's Cup, Coach Norman and Dom.
Well, you know, you look at TNT, obviously very proud. They don't want to give up this title. They want to be able to play on Wednesday. They won this last season, wanting to be able to regain this and defend, rather, this title for TNT. Oftana on your screens played well that time. Oftana not available here in game number 6. Him and BGR, but this guy on your screens, 51 points.
Awesome.
That's a PBA career high. That's a conference side. That's a final side for him.
Probably the rebounds also.
51 and 21 in front of the guy who recommended it. Ronde is in the building tonight for game 6. JB ain't done yet, though. He's got 48.
You got to run him off that 4 3-point line because he will go for it.
JB squeezes by 2. That's a 50-piece.
Well, he was trying to go for that 5th personal foul of McCullough as well.
94-88, still a 6-point lead para sa Tropang 5G.
The way he's scoring is like a video game.
Nambata to McCullough with those huge strides. 53!
If you're the TNT, you gotta try and make it difficult for Justin Brownlee. At the same time, if he misses, you gotta get that rebound.
54 last Friday, 52 tonight para kay Justin Brownlee.
And I feel like I'm back in the 80s or the 90s where the imports on both sides would have 50 points in one game.
TNT still in a must score here with 1 minute and 14 remaining in game 6. McCullough! No! Troy saves it to the wrong man. Fresh 14 para sa TNT as we hit the final minute. Roger trying to slap it from behind. Ball is loose, picked up by Roger Ray.
A lot of time in the shot clock.
And TNT wisely using the clock here.
Pogoy gets deep, gets tied up, blocked by JB. That's a 24-second violation on TNT. And look at Coach Chot.
He's asking for a foul. He's begging
There
for a foul.
definitely was a foul on McCullough in that last play.
Ang daming taga inabot ng Tropang 5G sa sequence na yon. This gives Coach Tim Cone an opportunity to talk to his boys. Ginebra using their final timeout of the game with 40.5 remaining. So wala ng timeout, Dom and Coach Norman for Barangay Ginebra. They got to make it happen right here, right now.
Well, all important. You're down by 6. You need to be able to score in this possession. That's what it is.
And you also have to play smart, Johns, because remember, there's a 4-point line now. So you don't want them taking 4s. You don't want them taking 3s. I mean, if this clock starts to go down, you might want to just let them go to the foul line and take 2 shots. Because you know, we've seen it before. I've seen it before with Moralco. You know, Brownlee could hit that 4th-point shot.
Here's what JB did back in game 1, winning it right at the buzzer.
JB has just been fantastic all throughout this series.
Well, he's just 2 points away from 54 points in this game.
106 this weekend already para kay JB.
And you expect him to get the basketball once again in this next play.
You were asking whether he could catch me for the all-time list. The way he's going, he may. Back-to-back 50-point games.
TNT, the one stop away from living to fight another game. Has TNT done enough? They would like to think so. Kung sakasakali sa Miyerkules po yan sa MOA Arena, papapanood pa rin live dito sa RPTV.
Well, we saw it earlier in the NBA Finals that they did foul. They did foul in the end game. Force those free throws. Let's see if TNT will do the same.
I don't know whether they'll do it this early, but they need to run these guys off that 4-point line and the 3-point line. Do not allow them to cut the lead in half.
Ginebra down by 6.
Problem is, if you foul right now and you put them on the line, they make 2. Now they can really only make 1 shot. Which is a 4-point shot.
They will have Thompson rifling it in. Mga target niya. Rosario, Holt, Abarientos, and Brownlee.
How will they defend Brownlee?
He's got Pogoy on him right now. RJ makes a move, throws to the basket. Play broken up by McCullough.
That's exactly what TNT needed. Break up that timeout play.
And that's precious. 2 seconds taken away.
And again, no more timeouts para sa Barangay Ginebra San Miguel. Inbound right in front of Coach Tim.
Well, TNT needs a stop if they want to take this to a Game 7.
There's only been 29 Game 7 sa kasaysayan ng PBA. Was this already going to head it to number 30? Brownlee for 3. Got to his spot but missed. McCullough with a rebound. And look at that sea of yellow, that patch behind the TNT bench. They are starting to smell it.
That was big. I mean, hey, gotta give it to R.R. Pogoy. He's been trying to defend Justin Brownlee all night. JB's got 52, but made it difficult enough for him to miss that three-point shot.
That's correct. The persistence of being there, despite the fact JB's been scoring all night.
Heading double team. He dribbles out of it. Tambatang burning that clock. TNT on their way to forcing a Game 7 against Barangay Ginebra. Same scenario last season. TNT headed into Game 6, down 2 games to 3. Looks like they have gotten it done once again.
Remember, this is still the 4-point line.
Yes, correct. He's got to make these shots.
But 15 seconds and no timeouts. Nothing short of a miracle can pull this out para sa Barangay Ginebra.
Well, Coach Tim had to use a lot of timeouts just to keep his team in the game.
And those 3 straight timeouts in the 3rd quarter.
Both in the 2nd and 3rd at that, diba?
Tama.
Heading makes it an 8-point lead. Ginebra's, they're gonna need a quick 4. JB rushing. Troy will try it. And that'll do it. TNT will live to fight another game. What a gutsy win. No Oftana, no Rosser, losing Castro in the process, but TNT will survive in Game 6.
Well, we talked about the pride. We talked about ano yung kinakailangan gawin ng TNT to be able to extend this series. They needed a big game from their import. They needed guys to be able to make stops in the end, to be able to play and not necessarily hear the crowd, which is deafening. And TNT able to do that, keep their cool. With all those emotions, TNT is doing a good job getting an 8-point win today, tying the series.
We are headed into the 30th Game 7 in the history of the PBA. It's going to be a bloodbath, Coach Norman.
Yeah, hats off to McCullough. I said at the beginning of the game he would have to have a big game, and he did that. He came out here and just played. He picked up that 4th foul, which slowed him down just a little bit, but he was there from start to finish, and he deserves a lot of credit for this win.
53 big ones, D.
Well, you look at Chris McCullough, 53 points, 22 rebounds. He was playing every single inch off the court. They needed a big shot in the 4th quarter. He delivered with that 3-point shot. They needed rebounds. He was able to get the rebounds. They needed a 4-point shot. Hey, why not? Let's go back to Chris McCullough. Chris McCullough, fantastic ball game. His career high in the PBA, and what a time to come to be able to extend this series to a Game 7.
Ang pinakamasaya dyan, magkikita ulit silang dalawa ngayong darating na Wednesday.
Let's give a lot of credit to Chun Reyes, too, preparing his team, knowing going into this game that Oftana and Rosa would not play, and his guys were ready to play defensively and offensively.
98-90, your final score. TNT survives Barangay Ginebra, and we are headed to Game 7 this coming Wednesday. This is the 140th finals of the PBA, the 99th best-of-7 series sa finale. Pero pang 30 beses pa lang magkakaroon ng Game 7. Everybody set your alarms for that one. We go on air at 7:15. Tip-off is scheduled at 7:30. What a night, Dom, that promises to be.
Well, for sure, everybody will be watching that game on Wednesday. Two teams who really are pushing each other to the limit. You gotta love how they're playing. We know that there were guys not able to play today or were a subpar performance in today's game, but there were heroes as well. The question is, on Wednesday, who will take it home?
The Commissioner's Cup will be on the line. 48 minutes of bell will be ahead of all of us. Game 7, Barangay Ginebra, TNT. You cannot miss it. What a game we just witnessed on this glorious Sunday.
I gotta love how these two guys really pushed each other to the limit. JB, Chris McCullough.
That's a great game.
That's a great ball game to be able to witness.
Performance by the two imports. I mean, McCullough, he proved something to me tonight.
From this beautiful complex in the heart of the metropolis, the Smart Araneta Coliseum, magsa-sign off na muna tayo mula sa Game 6. Pero nag-iimbita rin tayo. Naabangan nating lahat ngayong darating na Miyerkules. Game 7 po mapapanood dito sa RPTV.
The TNT Tropang 5G force a deciding game number 7 of the finals. And Chris McCullough is our best player of the game. Chris, congratulations. Backs against the wall, facing an elimination. You delivered one of your biggest performances of this series. What fueled that sense of urgency that we saw from you tonight?
Honestly, you know, we went to practice and we all had the confidence to get this win. And not only to do it for ourselves, but do it for the two kids that lost their lives. You know, it's bigger than basketball, so that was our motivation.
Chris, now that you have extended the series to a deciding game number 7, what kind of confidence can TNT take from a performance like this?
Just keep the momentum. TNT fans, keep supporting us, and you know, let's go finish the game.
Chris, the fans did not disappoint on this Sunday night. Do you have a few message for all of them?
Well, shout out to the fans that's here. You know, Ginebra fans, TNT fans. You know, I said that this will be one of the best PBA games that y'all will experience, and we putting on a show, and it's one job to do.
Thank you so much for your time, Chris. Congratulations. Let's now turn it over to the post-game press conference with our winning coach.
We are joined by TNT coach Chot Reyes. Coach, congrats on the win. Could you describe how CMAC took over, weathering that storm after that rally by Ginebra?
Yeah, I guess we were just really, CMAC got tired of Justin just eating his lunch. So another 50 piece by Justin today, but CMAC was able to stay in step with him. And I think that's basically the key. Our goal really is to keep them below 100. We had a chance the last game, 98 all at the end of regulation, but we missed that game-winning shot. But like we said, our discussion yesterday, hey, we're down 3-2, but we had game 5 in our hands. We just were not able to make that shot. So we told ourselves not to get discouraged, that if we really focus on playing defense, then we can stop this team. So in our board today, pre-game, we put there 96 minutes. We put the number 96 encircled in a heart. And we said, let's play the best 96 minutes of our lives. And now all we've done is get through the first half. We'll find a way to get ready for the second half come Wednesday.
At ito na po ang ilan sa mga kapanapanabik na eksena mula sa loob ng Smart Araneta Coliseum. Game 6 po ng Best of 7 series para sa 2026 PBA Commissioner's Cup. Lamang sa serye ang Barangay Ginebra, 3 games to 2, looking to wrap it up. Pero itong first quarter natin featured Jordan heading going off. It was a highly defensive first quarter. Only 4 guys scored.
Only 4 guys scored, 2 for each team. Itong Barangay Ginebra and TNT, alam nila kung gaano ka-importante itong larong ito. TNT actually started out small, trying to move that ball. Chris McCullough and Jordan Heading leading the scoring. para sa TNT. Pagdating naman dito sa Barangay Ginebra, sino pa? Justin Brownlee knocking down that layup.
9 early points para dito kay JB to go with the 7 naman para dito kay Troy Rosario. McCullough on the other hand, hindi rin naman magpapahuli. Etong TNT will take the first quarter 17-16.
Well, we knew that TNT needed to be able to come up with a big ball game. We knew that the import needed to come in and play, and he did just that. But another guy for Barangay Ginebra, Japet Aguilar, is not starting the ball games now, but coming off the bench and providing that much-needed support.
Chris McCullough continuing to put in the work para sa TNT, putting them up by 3 right there near the halfway mark of the second. And with 3.5 remaining sa ating first half, it was Roger Ray Pugoy who muscled his way through.
He had 4 points in that second quarter. We saw that he needed to be able to score as well. He was defending JB on one end, but scoring on the other.
Speaking of scoring, Jordan Heading.
Well, Jordan Heading, because there's no Calvin Oftana, there's no BGR, a lot more pressure for him to score, and he was looking for his shot early on.
JB had 9 points in the first quarter, added another 10 in the second. Lamang na ng 10 yung TNT, but a 12-4 closing to the first half pulled Ginebra back within 2 points.
You gotta love those first 2 quarters. 17-16 for TNT in the first. And then for TNT and Ginebra, same thing again in the second quarter. Close ball game. Jason Castro now knocking down that 3-point shot for TNT and able to finally regain that lead.
JB, though, caught fire in that third quarter. 15 points in that quarter alone para dito kay Justin.
Well, Justin Brownlee, makita mo, ibang cambio. Lumipat ng gear itong si JB in that third quarter. He knew that he would try to close out this series with that third quarter performance, pero hindi pa huhuli itong TNT. RR Pugoy knocking down that 3 once again.
13 points magtatapos itong si Roger Ray. JB trying to bully his way through Kabuntin. Goes to the JB special. The turnaround fadeaway is good.
All game long, pinupuntahan nila si Justin Brownlee. He was posting up. They did a good job of giving him that ball and be able to maximize yung mga opportunities na yun. Pero eto, Chris McCullough, nagsawa na puro Justin Brownlee lang naririnig niya, providing the scoring for TNT.
8-point lead para dito sa Tropang 5G heading into the final frame. At dito magpapatuloy ang pananalasa ni Chris McCullough.
Puro sila na lang, pero okay lang. Ikaw ang TNT, Chris McCullough with another 3-point shot. Sinabi nga ni Coach Norman kanina, kinakailangan he needs to be able to have a performance that is worthy of him, and he did just that.
Si Brownlee nung Game 5, 54 points. Ngayong gabi, Game 6, 52 points na naman ang ibinuhos para sa Barangay Ginebra. May kasama pang 5 rebounds at 3 assists. But McCullough would not be outdone. A PBA career best 53 points para dito kay Chris. Samahan mo pa ng 22 rebound. Sabi nga ni Coach Norman kanina, parang 80s Battle of the Import, parang prize fight, parang heavyweight encounter ang ating natong ngayon.
Napakaganda ng performance ng dalawang import natin. When have we seen both imports scoring over 50 points? Kanina naka 3 points yung Brownlee. Sabi ni McCullough, kailangan ba 4? Okay, 4-point shot that time for Chris McCullough.
Grabe, yung bawian dito. Big shot after big shot between these two outstanding imports. But in the end, McCullough's 53 was enough to power TNT. Wala ni isa pang kakampi ni McCullough naka-double digits, but his 53 was enough.
Was enough. At yun na nga sinabi natin, kinakailangan maghanap ka ng paraan kung paano manalo in the ball game. Doesn't matter how, doesn't matter who, but in the end, the who was Chris McCullough.
Sa kabila pala yung wala naka-double digits si Brownlee lang. Dahil ito si McCullough natulungan ng 19 na heading at 13 ni Pugoy. Sa kabila si Brownlee naka-52. Ang katulong niya si Rosario lang na merong 9. 98-90 your final score. TNT lives to fight another game.